I'm living out in LA. I drive a sports car just to prove I'm a real big baller, cause I made $1 million and I spend it on girls and shoes. And you don't wanna be high like me, never really know why like me. You don't never wanna step off that roller coaster and be all alone.
Our next guest became an international star with his song Cooler Than Me. Please welcome Mike Posner.
If I could write you a song to make you fall in love.
Please welcome Mike Posner.
Chicka Wow Wow, what you gonna say? Baby, please don't. Sad songs. Let me see your hands in the sky, London. Bounce. I'd become famous, but I'd get to the hotel and I'd be alone. And the happiness that Dad wanted for me, it just wasn't there.
Mike Posner, welcome to Beat the Heat.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. I don't think you fully knew what you were getting yourself into.
I still don't know. I thought we were just hanging out in here. And then I'm walking in, all your teams going, good luck. not even to me, to you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, this is his job.
Yeah. Well, they've seen me go through it a little bit. But so Jesse kind of signed you up for this a little bit. Kind of threw you in. So
yeah, I don't know how I ended up here, but I'm here.
You're here. This is Beat the Heat, right? So this is 30 minutes. The song is going to start at 160. Every 5 minutes, it's going to go up 10 degrees.
Okay.
Max is 230. If you make it to 30 minutes, you beat the heat.
Yeah.
You win the Golden Ladle Award.
Okay.
Which you can keep at your mom's house, right? You keep all your trophies at your mom's house. Is that still true?
Nah, not anymore. But it was at one point.
Yeah. So that's how it goes.
It's good research.
Additionally, there are 5 trivia questions that pertain to you and kind of your background a little bit.
Okay.
If you get the question wrong, I put water on the rocks.
Got it.
Which makes it hotter.
All right.
Any questions?
No.
All right. So
that's your job.
Yeah.
And when's the clock start? Did it already start?
It's going. From the second we got in here, we're at the 30-minute mark. So we actually have a lot in common. And I was pumped to have you on this. Like, if this totally was a coincidence.
Well, wait, why are you scared?
Because it gets gnarly at the end.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know.
I don't know if I'll make it.
Not most people don't make it.
Yeah.
So whenever you feel like you're done, that's it.
Yeah, that is it. You're right.
So I was pumped though because I'm from Michigan.
Oh,
from Jackson, Michigan.
You're from Jackson.
And I went to Michigan State, right? And so I was in college 2007 to 11. So I actually had my college girlfriend dated someone that went to high school with you.
Okay.
And I had a CD of your first mixtape that was supposedly your writing, like you burned it. That was a supposed, that's what I was told.
Yeah, it's very
way
possible.
Back, 2000.
It wasn't a matter of time. It was a different one.
It had some of those songs on it. Like Still Not Over You, we used to blast that song all over the place.
Okay. Yeah, at the beginning, I was printing up the CDs myself.
So it's been cool because I felt like, as a Michigan guy, you know how it is. Michigan people I feel like are prideful, you know? And so I've kind of always followed your path, and then, you know, became good friends with Jesse, and then you guys connected. So it's cool that you're here, man.
It is cool, man. I love that connection. By the way, why you had a hat on? Yeah,
honestly, I have my hat right here, but I have some of my questions so I don't forget. So I don't want my phone to overheat, so I'm using it.
Got it.
But the hat helps. I'll put my phone
I'm just getting nervous, dude.
Don't be nervous.
Tripping out. He's got no hat. I'm thinking, should I go no hat?
Here we go. We're good. The hat helps. So what the hat does is
This hasn't gotten easier for you?
I think sometimes like ignorance is bliss.
Got it.
You know what I mean? When you don't know what to expect, it can be better.
I wish I did the cold plunge right before.
That's not allowed either.
Tricky. It's house rules.
Yeah. Well, me and Jesse was the first guest.
Okay.
And he made it. So just to give you some,
he's a big sauna guy.
He's a big dog.
Jesse is the big Jewish triathlon.
But
what's the Jewish triathlon? Sauna, hot tub, steam.
Yeah, he's a big steam guy.
Yep. Yeah. Come on, dude.
So we'll open up with a question just because we're on the Michigan thing.
All right, sorry, I keep interrupting
First
you.
trivia question.
All right.
is how many and what are the 5 Great Lakes?
Oh, I got this. Holmes, Huron,
Yep.
Ontario,
Yep.
Michigan,
Yep.
Erie,
Yep.
Superior.
Boom. Nailed it. So if you were to
Did it
get
get
that
colder
wrong,
now?
no, it just stays, which is hypothetically
I'm
colder.
trying to work an angle.
Yeah, I got you. So
Can they hear us?
they cannot. A couple of them can. They got
Jay
some
can.
heads. Jay can. So when you look back, I feel like you went through like quite the transformation, right? Like you know, from the beginning, even through your songs, you can hear everything change. I want to know, was there a moment? I guess 2-part question, right? So was there a moment when on the come up, I feel like you were at this crazy age where you like took a step back and looked out, or maybe it was in a different situation, but were like, wow, like I kind of made it. Like this is was there like a definitive moment that you remember?
There was this moment. I was in college still. I went to Duke University.
Yeah.
I drove to South by Southwest in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
And we just drove out there, and I had a couple showcases lined up, but nobody really knew who I was.
Yeah.
And I had printed up, I think 50 or 100 mixtapes, CDs. I was handing them out to strangers. And I played this showcase. And a showcase, for people that don't know, it's a party put on by a brand, probably outside of South by Southwest. And they'll have 10 artists play 1 or 2 songs here, showcasing new talent.
Yeah.
So I'm there. My show goes mediocre. A couple of people know what I'm doing or into it. Everyone else is kind of just looking at me.
Yeah.
And I get off stage, and I'm with a friend of mine who lives in Texas. And I said, dude, that's Bun B. And for people who know Bun B, he's one of my favorite rappers at the time. And he goes, it is. And my friend, he's very extroverted.
Yeah.
He goes, I'll introduce you. So he just goes up to Bun Cole. He goes, Bun, you got me Mike Posner's a new artist today. He's, bigging up me.
Yeah.
Bun B looks down at his phone. It was an iPhone, and iPhones were new at the time. I remember, wow, he's got an
sick.
iPhone.
Yeah, those are sick.
And I think, oh man, he's just ignoring them.
Yeah.
He goes like this, and then he smiles, his big teeth. He goes, this Mike Posner? He turned,
Plays a song.
and he had it was before streaming, he had my song downloaded.
That's sick.
That was
it.
That was a beautiful moment. There was a lot of other moments, but that's the first one that came to mind.
And then how long of from when you released, Cooler Than Me, or like how quick was like that come up?
Jeez, man, it depends how you measure it, you know?
Like in your head, I guess. Like from the point where you were like, I'm just trying to grind it out, to like, whoa.
I started doing music when I was 8.
Mm-hmm.
I started writing songs, and at this time, the time of the last story, Bun B, I'm 20, 22, so it's already 12, 14 years.
Yep.
So in that respect, very slow. But once it started to catch on, my life started to change pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I was completely overwhelmed, man.
I bet.
I was a shy and kind of dark, moody kid. And then all of a sudden have all that attention was very uncomfortable for me. I loved it, but I hated it.
Yeah.
But I loved it, but I hated it. What's up, Devin?
So you kind of had to like be on. Oh, like that wasn't natural for you.
No, it wasn't natural at all. And my life, in some respects, exploded, and my mission in my career and my finances. And then in other respects, it kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
My relationship with my family got very strained. And my relationship with myself just got, it's like totally... I was walking around with Louis Vuitton belts, and, my friends call it bicep because all I lifted in the gym was arms. And I just thought I was, the best thing, since sliced bread. And I thought the world revolved around me.
Well, probably everyone was telling you that too, in a way.
Not so much explicitly, but when you're an artist, it's true of any artist. When you go on tour.
Yeah.
You live with the people that work for you.
Yeah.
So when you live, it's not like a normal job where you go home. You finish the show and you go on a tour bus, and you drive to the next city.
Right.
And everyone on that bus works for you.
Yeah.
So it's not that they're bad people or they're, yes men. It's just there's a subtle power hierarchy, power dynamic of they're your employees
and they're dependent on you,
right? And there's a reason that normally you don't live with your coworkers. You have a family where you're grounded in a different way,
right?
So I was totally convinced that who I was the young pop star, the man.
Yeah.
And then that kind of fell apart.
But I don't think anyone would have argued with you either. Like, if they would have met you at that time, they'd be like, yeah, it kind of fit the mold at the time. But you probably behind the scenes did not, obviously feel that way.
Yeah, I thought once I got popular and I got a record deal that I was going to feel better internally. I thought my moment to moment experience of life would change.
Yeah.
I thought I'd feel more secure in myself.
Yeah.
And, it's a tale as old as time. I'm not the first person with this story, right? But it just didn't. I didn't feel worse. I just felt the same. And so...
But you expected it to be substantially better.
I expected it before I got the fame. I always had the hope that, when I get that, everything will change.
Yeah.
So you can kind of bank on that and you have it in your back pocket. But then when you get it and it doesn't work, you no longer have anything in your back pocket.
Yeah.
And so I had to do some real soul searching. And that came because my career really slowed down. Mm-hmm. It really, to the point where I was really just considered a one-hit wonder and my career was considered over.
Yeah.
And so at that point, I had to figure out who I really was.
Yeah. What do you think would have happened? Let's just say first off, Bow Chicka Wow Wow was a banger.
Bow Chicka Wow Wow, what you gonna say? You act like you gon' leave, but I know that you gon' stay.
You had
I don't want to ask you. Maybe you have some
Go ahead.
You have some life experiences to that song?
I don't, but
okay, good.
I mean, college was a crazy time, dude. So I'm not gonna confirm or deny.
Okay,
but
so you all right?
I'm married. I've been married for 10 years.
He denies, and then he walks, and then he deflects. I'm picking up what you're laying down, and I think your audience is too.
All right, so next
somebody had some sexy moments to Mike Posner's Bow Chicka Wow. See, we had already moved past Bow Chicka Wow Wow in my story.
You did. I brought it back.
And you had to go back because you had that sexy moment.
I brought that on myself. I think a lot of people at Michigan State University had that same thing going on, to be honest with you.
Hey, listen.
All right, question number 2.
Okay, I hope it has nothing to do with Michigan State University. You went to Duke.
You a big Michigan State guy?
No, I love Michigan State. I just some stories. I'm going to deflect off of that.
I got you. I know exactly where you're going. Okay, how many national championships has Duke won in men's basketball?
Oh. Now... I believe it's either 4 or 5. And I'm going to go with 5.
You're right.
Let's go.
Nice, dude. I'm pumped because that would have got real hot. Okay, so, moving on from...
Shout out Coach K. Shout out Nolan Smith. Shout out John Shire. Let's go.
Coach K's the GOAT. So you have a new song coming out.
It's out.
You sent it to me.
It's a beautiful day.
It's sick.
Thank you.
Let's hear about the inspiration.
Well, a few years ago, I was going through a really hard time in my life. Things weren't going well.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of money. I had some 6-pack abs.
Oh, you're killing it.
I just was not right on the inside. And I kept getting depressed. I kept getting physically sick.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out why. And I just decided that I'm not going to focus on what's wrong. I'm going to focus on what I'm grateful for. I'm going to love myself no matter what, which is a brand new concept to me. The flaws that I have in my life, I'm going to be really honest about them and I'm going to work on them.
Love that.
And this song was the soundtrack to that transformation. It was what came out of my soul while I was metamorphosizing from a sad and depressed guy who would do anything for other people to like him to the man I am now, which is somebody I'm really proud of.
So this is like a, as far as your life timeline, this is an iconic, this is wrapping up an iconic transformation, like this song as a whole.
Yeah, that's for me, iconic to me.
It's always to you,
Yeah,
that's all that matters, right? That's awesome.
What's our time at, dude?
Speaking on that,
there's no way I'm making it 30.
You be up, just
0%.
Don't just
stay present. Stay present. Okay.
You know, I was curious, like with the song, like Took a Pill in Ibiza, right? It's like so big. It's like a Bubba song. It's like so iconic, especially in like nightlife, all that stuff. Is it?
But you got a water, dude.
Here, no, this is you. At what point do you like?
Is this with the house rules?
Yeah, your water. It's a squeezy. Do you still enjoy performing that? That's got to get kind of like after a while. Still like the lights.
Yeah, salty as shit.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
they pay you, not me.
yeah, stay salty. You shit that's warm to you right there. Beat the Heat is brought to you by Element. Element is the #1 electrolyte powder and drink in the world. They just released their sparkling cans. I have one before every single show, and I've had some tough experiences in this sauna. You know, it gets really hot. We've had some tough guests, and you know, I felt like I didn't make it. Some near-death experiences. I don't know what was going to happen, but I knew Element had my back. And so if I feel like that in the most extreme circumstances, Element can help you feel better throughout the day. Having optimal electrolyte levels can help you feel better. They can help your brain work better. They can help you perform better, have more endurance, all of the above. And we've learned more and more throughout these studies that electrolytes are vital to health, wellness, and longevity. So go to drinklmnt.com/beattheheat to get a free sample pack with any purchase. That's drinklmnt.com/beattheheat. So you can experience this life-saving nectar for yourself. But when you have a crazy song like the insane popularity, is that always fun, or like when does that become? There has to be a point where you're like, I've sang this how many times? Like, is that difficult?
No, it's not.
No.
You know, I hear some other artists complain about that. Hey, I won't play that song anymore. This kind of thing. I feel that way. You remember my old song "Drug Dealer Girl"?
I listened to it on the way here.
I don't sing that one anymore.
I mean, I could see that.
You know, because I don't do drugs for a long time.
What's hard though is I feel like for people like, you know, I like that song, even though I literally can't relate to that at all. Right? I played football. We didn't do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But the feelings associated with it are still like fun because of the time in my life. You know, and I think people listen to music that actually has nothing to do with what they're actually going through too. You know, it's just
they do.
I'm sure that's a balance too. I'm sure you know what people want to hear. And
yeah. So when I play it, dude, a lot of times when I'm on stage now, I tell a story. You know, we as humans, we learn from stories.
Yeah.
So that song's part of my story, and it was very real at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful. You want me to put my leg down? Oh, she's giving me a water.
Oh, there's your water.
Right.
There you go.
Boom. I'm not gonna make any inappropriate jokes about that. You got me loopy in here, dude.
That's what happens. Huh? You're the best conversations in the song. When you dude, that song's heavy. You know, like the lyric. Obviously, you know
Ibiza?
the lyrics. Yeah.
I took a pill in Ibiza. A show of Avicii, I was cool. And when I finally got sober, felt 10 years older. Oh, it was something to do. I'm living out in LA. I drive a sports car just to prove I'm a real big baller, cause I made $1 million and I spend it on girls and shoes. And you don't wanna be high like me, never really know why like me. You don't ever wanna step off that roller coaster and be all alone. And you don't wanna ride the bus like this, never knowing who to trust like this. You don't wanna be stuck up on that stage singing, all I know. Sad songs. Do that sound like I was sick of it?
Dude, that was no.
Did that sound like I was sick of it?
That was amazing.
See,
I didn't expect that.
You're right. It's attached to memories, not only for me, but for other people.
Yeah.
So when I sing it, one, people light up because they recognize it and they start put together. Usually I'm just like some dude, you know, I look like every other dude here, right? Yeah. You know, and then I sing, I can kind of watch the people in the crowd go, wait, is that really him? And somebody else goes, no. And then somebody else next to them goes, yeah, that's him, dude. You know, so that's kind of fun. Starting that chain reaction of confusion. And my ego probably likes that too, if I'm being honest.
I think everybody has a little of that in there.
And it's also this song that got remixed, right?
When that came out, it's a sad song. Yeah. So when you heard the vibe, were you like, this is not, like, it doesn't kind of reflect how it feels lyrically, you know?
Right.
Was that weird for you?
No, it was beautiful. It's beautiful. And we do that a lot of times purposely in music. Sometimes you'll write a lyric that's sort of on the nose, triumphant. I will break through these chains. But you put a sad chord underneath it. And the music is kind of saying, maybe you won't break through these chains, or I still have some doubt. So there's layers you can put in music. And what those geniuses did, see in Norway, the guys who remixed my song, is they created a new bedding, a landscape of music that spoke with the song I wrote differently.
Yeah.
And it brought out different colors in the song.
Yeah.
And so what you had was this song that was about sadness and loneliness, and you had people celebrating to it. And in the art world, we call that alchemy. Alchemy doesn't exist in physics, right? You can't turn lead into gold, right? But in art, you can turn pain into joy. You can turn suffering into beauty. Yeah. And so that's what those gentlemen did when they remixed that song. Yeah. And I'm getting goosebumps talk about it, because then I'm at home and I'm watching videos of people at festivals, and they're having joyous, beautiful life experiences that originally was rooted out of my pain. Yeah. And my pain resulted in other people's joy. And so as an artist, that's all we're here for.
Right.
So it didn't make me upset. It made me a little excited when I first heard it. Yeah. And then to see what their creation did.
Unreal.
And reverberated into the world, it was surreal.
I bet. I can't even like wrap my head around it. That kind of seems like it timed up with kind of your personal transformation too. Like, you released a song earlier than people probably realized. And then this remix came out. And when you started reflecting and kind of figuring yourself out, did that time up at the same time? Like, were you able to appreciate like that whole process? Like, did you feel like you were kind of on the other side of the darkest moments at that point?
Listen, the truth is, and this is not sexy, this won't cut up well for your reels or my reels. The truth is, I've had many moments of transformation and many pitfalls. Yeah. So, it's easy for me to walk in here and say, I walked across America and I figured it all out. Yeah. I've had massive moments of pain after I walked across America, and massive amounts of joy. And the truth isn't, I understand now that I'm a teacher of life that is here to help others on their journey of life, but I'm also still a student. The extent to which I can be honest about where I am as a pupil, I believe I will be that much more effective of a teacher. So your question is, hey, did the remix coincide with your transformation? Yeah. And there's just been so many transformations, and life is like this. Life comes at you. Yeah. And anybody on the internet talking like they got it all figured out, I don't trust it. Yeah. And we've met some of them, right? And it's not. So I got a lot of joy and love and inspiration to give the world, and I got a lot of sadness in my heart, man. Yeah. I can see you feel it.
Yeah, dude, I definitely. Everybody has their stuff, and so, I think you're being a fan of your music. As much as the song and the lyrics create the emotion, I think what you're going through in your life actually attaches more. So even though your timeline and my timeline might be different, it creates a different experience.
That's right.
In that same breath, like you've done a lot of holding the mirror up and looking back at yourself. If you could go back and say a singular sentence,
too much.
If you could tell yourself a singular sentence at South by Southwest when you had that moment with the iPhone, what single sentence would you say if you could kind of try to preface or give yourself advice?
Build your relationship with God. Everything else is secondary.
And when did you realize that? Do you remember a year? When did you realize that was the pinnacle of your life, or the thing that you need to focus on most?
That's advice to me then. So, my life now, I focus on, I know my mission, I know my purpose. I'm here I see, hear, I feel, I know my purpose is to unlock the magic potential in myself and others, right? Hopefully I'm doing that here. Yeah. But back then, I thought my security, meaning my comfort level with life, my comfort level with my own life, I thought that was dependent on how famous I was, how much money I had, what kind of car I had, what kind of girl I was dating,
Chicka Wow Wow.
She looked, all this stuff. Yeah. And my security has nothing to do with how much money I have, how popular I am, what job I have, what car I have in the garage, not even who I'm dating, although I'm in love with the most amazing woman now. But she's not here to give me security. God's here. Only thing I can get security from is God. And some of you get tripped up by that word, life with a capital L. Yeah. My relationship to life is where I get security from, where I get certainty from. And that's something that I have to remind myself all the time. You know, days like sometimes days just get crazy and I get stressed. Oh, what if I'm late for this thing? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, I'm not in control.
Yeah.
I'm in love. Something way more wise than me is in control. I think I'm pretty wise. In some way, sometimes I'm blasting the face with how unwise I am, but I think I have some wisdom to give. But I'll tell you how wise I'm not. Mm-hmm. I never constructed a planet. I never made a sunrise.
Yeah.
I never made my own hair grow. I never designed a birch tree or an oak tree.
Yeah.
I never designed the designs they put on the sidewalk when the sun shines through them.
Yeah.
So the more I can give up control of my life, stop running my life doesn't belong to me.
Right.
My life belongs to life.
Right.
With a capital L.
Yep.
My little L life belongs to big L life.
That's great. Yeah.
The more I can remember that and let go while still showing up and having integrity and honoring my commitments, but doing so with an energy of release.
Yeah.
That's something I wish I knew a lot earlier, but I also learned it at the time I was supposed to learn.
Hard to skip steps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another question.
Come on, dude.
Nope.
This trivia time. What time were you
went
at?
to Grove High School, correct? There's a
Groves. Plural.
Okay. Groves
Give me
High
that
School.
salty one.
What sport does your high school have the most state championships in?
Water polo.
Swimming.
I was close.
All right. So
No, I might leave, dude.
here's what we do.
I might leave.
Do the honors. You're going to pour that right on top.
How much
that
time are
right
we
on
at?
top.
I don't get to know, or do I?
I think we were at 22 or a couple minutes ago. It's going to hurt. Just prepare
I
yourself.
might leave, dude.
Prepare yourself.
Woo! What's the time, bro? 26 minutes.
26, yeah.
It's just at that point where the ego wants to come in. Say,
Cooler than me is an ironic title right now.
Finish it,
you
Mike.
know?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Why?
I feel like an unknown part of you is the songs you've written.
Can you give me the beat without the guitar and the hook?
My way, darling, just one taste of your
Do you feel like are you happy? Are you rooting for that song? Is there a sense of ever like, do you ever have regret of like, I wish I would have recorded that song. It really speaks to me. Like, has that ever happened? Or is it just pure, like, once you do that and send it out, it's like that, you just know that's how it
No, man, I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
Okay.
Truly.
You've never had a different thought than that though, ever.
About that, no, but definitely not now. You know, because you asked about things 4 or 5 years in the past.
for sure.
Honestly, no.
But even now, it's like now, has that
I'm so
mindset
grateful.
shifted?
So grateful that I had another hit. I mean, a hit song is magic, bro.
Yeah, I bet.
I've written thousands of songs, in my career. Thousands. And I have 5 platinum plaques on my wall. That percentage is pretty low. So when that thing
And you're tired
happens
the most.
where something I wrote reverberates in the culture in such a way, like there's a thing in me singing a note, and that note is harmonizing with the world.
Right.
Not the entire world, but millions of people in the world. I don't know what to say, and I know I didn't do it. You know, people ask me, "When's your next hit song?" I do, dude. You gotta ask God.
When you do have one, like when you have a song where you're like, do you know when you go to release it, like this is a bang, like this is gonna go, or is there a sense of uncertainty?
There's a sense of certainty around its
2 minutes, big dog.
There's a sense of certainty. I'm gonna slow down, so my whole
How you feel? 1 to
body,
10.
man.
1 to 10. 10 being getting out.
Oh, I'm gonna finish.
Okay.
But very hot. But I'm gonna slow down. When you finish one of those songs, there's a sense of certainty about its quality,
Yep.
which is not distinct only from my hit songs. Sometimes I write a song and I go, "This is it." I'm damn as a writer, because I'm a writer.
Yeah. Is that if you had to do anything, that would be it.
Dude,
Right.
I'm a writer. You know, I'm an introvert. You know, I talk on the internet because I share my thoughts that I had when I was going really deep with myself. But I'm an internal guy by nature, and I'm a writer.
Yep.
So sometimes when I finished Ibiza, I thought this is a awesome song. I'm really proud of this song. As a writer, I like the styles that it draws upon. I like the honesty in it. I like the melodies. I like the way that the pre-chorus dances with the chorus.
Yep.
I like the rhyme scheme in it. I like the complex rhyme schemes in it that remind me of my hip hop past. I was super proud of it. At the same time, I thought this will never be popular because the title is I Took a Pill in Ibiza.
Fair.
So that's a good way to not get played on Top 40 radio. But I didn't care. That was the title.
A lot of people relate to that too.
Yeah, so
Not the second part, but
I just didn't think in my wildest dreams it would become so popular.
All right, last question.
40 seconds.
Yeah, last question. Here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You're a big Tracy Chapman fan.
Yeah.
Who did she recently perform Fast Car with at the Oscars?
Luke Combs.
Boom. Nice
You know,
work.
those questions got easier.
Well, I also don't want it to kind of like.
Yeah, on the last 20 seconds.
definitely-
For your own sake and mine.
And then if you had to sum up with one word that's gonna project your entire next year, you had to use one word to basically sum it all up. Faith. Love that.
And magic. Faith and magic.
Love that. We got 8 seconds. Congrats, bro.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Nice job, man.
God bless
Awesome
you.
work,
For everyone
brother.
listening, this is just the beginning for you. Keep going. You are joy. You are faith. You are love. You are here for a reason. This is just the beginning. If you're going through a challenge right now, ask yourself, what am I supposed to learn from this challenge? That's it. That's your only job. The rest you give up. I love you. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm hot.
Peace, fam. Let's get it.
Let me out of
Great
this.
job.
Let me out of this hellhole.
Yeah.
You know, I still got the dog.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. A lot. I'll check after. What do you think?
Yeah, it was hot, man. It was hot.
Not.
Yeah, I got one wrong. About my high school.
Yeah.
One scoop.
He got how? What sport did his high school win the most state championships in? Wrong. He said water polo.
Hot, bro.
It's hot.
Hot.
Sauna, Mike. Yeah.
Then he teased me. He said Jesse was the first guy and he did 30 minutes. So now my body's going at 25. Get out. What are you doing? And my mind's like, yo, you got to match your boy Jesse, dude. That's the bonehead masculine part of me.
You got the ladle?
There you go, man. Congrats.
I hope everyone has a blessed weekend. What an amazing event. I don't know why I just did that. It was really hard. But yeah, I think it says something about everybody here that you showed up to this, because this is hard, right? Or there's an element of difficulty to this. And what we were just talking about in the sauna is difficulty is a gift. We pretend, if we had really honest feedback, we said, who here is going through something really hard right now? I won't make you do it, but probably 40% of hands would go up at least. And to those people, I just want to say you're amazing. You're here for a reason. Your challenges are here to help you grow. And I love you. Keep going. Got it.
All right, Mike, who do you want to see next? Try and beat the heat.
That's a good question. I could pick anybody.
Anybody?
I want to see LeBron James beat the Heat.
Ooh.
Yeah, I just want to see LeBron James.